When it comes to video game series, there are mostly three genres that are always my go-to games, no matter what I'm playing. And the very first genre that I go to is action-adventure RPG like The Legend of Zelda or Skyrim or Elden Ring. Anything where I can like hack and slash. That is always my first go-to genre of video games. My second genre of video games would probably have to be anything shooter. Just, you know, to like relieve stress of whatever I'm going through with like work or my life at home or anything. So like anything like Doom or Call of Duty or Resident Evil. Those kind of games are my second go-to. And my third go-to game series would probably be racing. So like Mario Kart, anything racing. And that's what this video is going to be about. I recently played this new game that was made in 2013. And it got a remake in 2019. And that is Garfield Kart. Garfield Kart! Originally it was just called Garfield Kart. The remake is Furious Racing that came out in 2019. As I said before, the original was just Garfield Kart in 2013. And it was made by the studio, Artifact Studio. I don't think they're too old. Recently, I did some research on them. They only made like 4 other games besides Garfield Kart. They're mostly popular with racing games. But they made a couple others. There's like Crown Wars, something like that, like Nahabula Tomb or something like that. I don't know. They don't seem to be a very popular studio right now. And with Garfield Kart, I can't say I blame people for not liking their games. Alright, I'm just gonna jump right into it. No more story time. With Garfield Kart, it's just one of the most boring racing games I have ever played, and that is including the very first Nickelodeon Kart Racers game. With this game, it only has 8 racers, so you got Garfield, Odie, John, Liz, Arlene, Nermal, and then you got these 2 random characters. You got a mouse named Squeak and another random cat named Harry. And it's so dumb because it's just, with only 8 characters, that is such a boring racer. That's such a boring game. At least with Nickelodeon Kart Racers, you had like 20 or more plus characters that you can unlock as you play the game. But no, with Garfield Kart Furious Racing, you start out with these 8 racers. And there's no unlocking these characters. There's no fun challenges you can do to unlock things. Well, there is. I'm going to talk about that later. But the fact that there's only 8 racers for this game, it can get boring real fast. Since I said that there are things you can unlock, I'll talk about that. There's no like, each character kind of has their specific car made for them. And there's no like, kart building like in Mario Kart 8, which is lame. I love the fact they can build your karts. But there's like, same with, there's only 8 characters for this roster. There's only like 5 or 6 different cars that you can choose from, car bodies. And as you do these races, there's no coins or pieces of lasagna or dog bones that you can pick up to unlock these things that you can help build your car to make it better. So you gotta choose between these different car bodies. But different things that you can unlock aren't even fun. Like there are some challenges like win the race at 50cc, unlock these things. Like the only things you can unlock are spoilers for your car, which can make it better with handling or make it go faster. But honestly, that doesn't seem much of a reward. Or there are costumes, but it's just hats. All you can choose is different hats to wear, like a chef hat, a Viking hat, a pirate hat. It's just, there's no point in trying to take on the challenges, because why would you want to take them on just for your character to wear a hat? It's so stupid. With the racing part of the game, there are 4 Grand Prix circuits you can do. There's the ice cream cup, there's the lasagna cup, there's the hamburger cup, and the pizza cup. I love that they're all cups that are related to food, because it's Garfield. Anyway, but each circuit is basically the same. Each cup is just, you're gonna get an area in the country, you're gonna get one in the city, you're gonna get one in the the mountain area, you're gonna get one in the desert. It just is a rinse and repeat for each area. So each area is kind of different. It has its own selected area in the desert. Like some areas you're racing in temples, some areas you're racing in mountains. It's kind of fun. Like, there are areas that are interesting. Like, there's an area where you're racing in this assembly factory on this conveyor belt. I like that. Some areas are fun to race in. I enjoyed them. But for the most part, the whole racing game is just a rinse and repeat on itself, which really gets superfluous after a while. The weapons are nothing special in this game. It feels like it tried to copy Mario Kart weapons, but added its own weird Garfield twist on it. Like, you run over these little candies that have Odie's dog prints on them, and you can get a pie that's kind of like the red shell in Mario Kart, where it will follow the person in front of you to attack them. Then you can get regular pie, which is the green shell, where it'll go all over. And then you got the cheap ones, where there's a pillow that once you use it, it'll put the racers in front of you to sleep so you can pass them. Which, honestly, if you're in first and someone uses it, it puts you in a big disadvantage, because you can just drive off the track, because it puts you to sleep. And there's other ones where there's a magic wand where you use it, and it's a 50-50 chance of hitting someone. If it doesn't hit anyone, it's a waste. But if it does, you'll switch places with them, which is kind of a cheap move. But I do like this one where it's UFOs, where it's 3 UFOs, they bring down their tractor beam, and if they catch you, you're held in the air for 5 seconds while other racers pass you. And then there's other things that give you speed boosts, there's perfume, there's lasagna, and then there's banana peel type things where it's just the diamond that you drop. But the weapons are okay. They're so-so. The controlling in this game is horrible, though. In other race games, if you crash into, obstacles, you just have to floor on the gas, and your character can drive past those obstacles and keep racing. Well, that's not how it works in Garfield Kart Racing. It's so bad. If you crash into any obstacle, you literally have to hit the reverse, because you'll be hitting the floor and you won't be going anywhere. You'll just hear yourself accelerating while you're gonna be taking 8th place, because any mistake you make, there's no chance in coming back into a winning place at all. Anyway, once you hit it, you gotta hit reverse so you can go back to racing. Also, there are mechanics that really don't make sense. You will hit into another racer, and you can't stay on them for very long, because I don't know if it's a bug or a glitch or something, but it's you two are connected together, which is really stupid, because you're fighting to get away from them, and the computer is driving them along the track, and it'll choose to make you crash. So the computer will drive away, and you have to end up going in reverse and taking last place again because you were stuck to the computer while you were trying to race. It makes no sense. The graphics in this game are... I don't want to say they're bad. Like, part of me wants to say they're okay, and part of me wants to say they're horrible. I'm like 50-50 about it. I'm definitely on the edge about the graphics. Like, there's some areas which are decent, some areas like the desert, it feels like they tried their best to make realistic looking things in Blender and put that in the game. But then there are areas in the country and like by the seaside and things like that where it looks like an 8-year-old just went into Microsoft Paint and just painted trees and roads and everything, and the studio's like, hey, I like that. Let's put that in this game and make it a racetrack. It's just, the graphics definitely are not the best. Like, if I had put graphics on a scale 1 to 10, it'd probably get a 2. If I'm being generous, it would get a 2. Very bad. So, with the graphics being not the best, with a horrible roster of only 8 characters, with awards not worth getting, and with horrible driving mechanics, this is a horrible game. Very bored. I got gold on like all the circuits just on 50cc, just because with 50cc I felt like I had a winning chance. But if you like racing games, I would stay away from this. There are things that I think could make it more fun. Like, if you ever watched the show Garfield and Friends, like, if Artifact Studios decided to add a DLC to this or come back to this and add things to it, I would make it so that there could be awards that you could actually unlock other racers, as well as unlock tires and other things to actually make the game interesting to drive in. Like, you could unlock characters like Orson Pig or Roy Rooster or the Buddy Bears. You unlock different characters in this game to add to this roster. I think that would make it more fun. Also adding different areas like the farm on Garfield and Friends, I think that would be fun to drive around. But yeah, this game so far, it's probably the worst game I've played this year, honestly. If I were to give it out of 5 stars, I would probably give it a 1.5. Anyway, that is my thoughts on Garfield Racers. If you're a racing fan, if you love racing games like I do, I honestly, as a true fan of racing games, I have to say stay away from this game if you don't have it. But if you do have it, let me know what you thought of it. I've seen online a lot of people do not like this game, and sadly I have to join them in agreeing that it's not a good game. Anyway, those are my thoughts on Garfield Kart Furious Racing. Well, that's all I got for you about that game. Horrible game. Not worth my time. Anyway, if you like this video, please give the video a thumbs up. If you made it this far, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Trying to get to at least 400 subscribers. I would love that by the end of the year. Maybe 400, 420, maybe 500. I don't know. Please just subscribe. I'll leave a link to other racing videos down below. You can check those out. And yeah, we'll see you next time.